Hey beauties, look what I have in my makeup loving hands. This is the brand new Tom Ford Soleil Summer 2026 collection. I have the bronzer, I have the highlighter, I have 2 eyeshadow quads, I have the new blush and the lip tint. So if you want to see all of these goodies, you want to hear about the formulas, you want to see demos, all that fun stuff, then please stick around. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below. We have so many fun makeup releases coming up. We have the Sephora sale. We have so many new summer releases coming up very, very shortly. I would not want you to miss out on any of the fun, and I would love for you to join our growing community of beauty lovers and friends. So please make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get this party started. Look what I have in my makeup loving hands. This is the new Tom Ford summer collection, the Soleil collection. So let's Soleil together and put on this beautiful makeup. It's very similar to the packaging from the Architecture soft matte blushes. I haven't been able to do a dedicated review of these. I could not wait. My makeup loving hands had to get said hands on said blush off camera. I have a few of these shades. I can't stop using these. I'm just going to say these are beautiful. So did I need another blush? Apparently I did. When it looks like this, I did. And like I talk about all the time, I want to give the people what they want. You're my people. You're here to see the new makeup. You're here to see all the latest in luxury and beauty. And that's what I'm delivering for you. I am doing a public service. This is what I tell myself at 1 a.m. when I am putting through these orders. This is a public service. This is a public service. It would be nice if I held it right side up. This is a public service. I'm doing this for the greater good. You're welcome. Let's get into it. So as part of this release, there were 5 eyeshadow quads. I picked up 2. I picked up Moonlight Dip and Peach Dawn. I picked up a highlighter and I picked up one of the blushes. I picked up a bronzer and a lippy. So let me show you the bronzer first. Number 3, Panarea. So it's actually named after a small town in Italy. I always find this so interesting. This town, Panarea, is the smallest, most exclusive, and oldest volcanic island in Italy's Ionian archipelago, renowned for its whitewashed, flower-lined streets, rugged beauty, and high-end summer nightlife. So very interesting. But we're not in Italy, so I guess you can experience a slice of Italy by buying this bronzer. You're already there. You don't even have to book a $10,000 trip to go to Italy. You can just spend $70 on a Tom Ford bronzer and you're right there. And I've swatched it already for you. So let's go to Italy. Let's see what it's like to be in Panarea. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But this is the shade. So a little bit warmer than my typical bronzer of choice. But I'm very excited to try this out. Let's get this on my makeup loving face. I'm going to take a kind of fluffy brush. It's very pigmented, as you can see. So I'm going to dab a lot of that off and just do a very light dusting. I don't normally wear such a warm bronzer, so I want to go a little bit lighter in the initial application, and then I can always go back and add more to be more of that golden goddess look that I'm always looking for, but yet I have not achieved it. I would say with this bronzer, going with a light hand and going with a fluffier brush. Because if you go with a very dense brush, if you're my skin tone or even lighter, it'll be a little bit too much. I'm just going to say on camera, it's looking more bronze than it does in person. I'm just going to take it down my neck a little bit just to make it a little bit more even. But it's laying beautifully on the skin. It's not emphasizing any texture. See? So I think we're looking very golden goddess. What do we think? The formula is beautiful. I would say that if you're my skin tone, maybe go a little bit lighter than number 3. But it's pretty. The formula is beautiful. I just feel very bronze right now. But the whole face of makeup is not on yet. Let us continue with the look. Let us go with the beautiful blush right here. This is the Soleil Sunkissed blush in number 4, Poolside. This is kind of like a whipped mousse almost. And this formula is supposed to be a diffused wash of sun-kissed color that seamlessly melts into the skin. The liquid velvety whipped blush formula transforms into a cloud-like soft matte finish. It's supposed to be buildable and have a diffuse all-day flush on the skin. This is described as a soft coral red. There are 6 shades in the line, and you're supposed to apply 1 or 2 dots to each cheek and then gently tap your fingers over the area, or you can use a brush. So I think what we're going to do is use a brush, but we'll tap just a little bit here and a little bit there. And this is a Nikki La Rose N15 brush. I think what I'm going to do is maybe prime the brush for this, because sometimes with these formulas, when you put it on the cheek, it will kind of remain in the spot where you put it. So let's prime the brush. This is a beautiful shade. I forgot to swatch for you. How rude of me. I'm so sorry. They're definitely going to throw me out of the YouTube Academy for that. So here it is diffused, and here it is swatched. So again, this is Poolside number 4. Yeah, that's better. Ooh, I like this. It's pretty. What a beautiful finish that is. Let me get up close and personal so you can see. So it's this soft matte finish on the cheek. It's beautiful. It's blurring. I think we need a touch more. Okay, I adjusted my lights because something was off. It just wasn't looking right. This is much better. Okay, so you see now the bronzer. This is much more true to life. Before it was looking a little bit too much, but this is good. So now the blush. I honestly think this blush is better with your hands. So I did just put another little dot here and then smooth it out with my hands. Or maybe, I'm wondering if maybe a natural hairbrush would be better with this. But you see that beautiful smooth effect on the cheek? And this color is gorgeous. So it's a very nice formula, beautiful pop of coral. Let's go in on this cheek. I'm going to try a Refer brush, which is a natural brush, to see if that makes a difference with the application. Okay, I think the natural hairbrush is definitely better, but I still think your hands are your best bet for this formula. See, it just gives that wash of color. This I have to fix up a little bit. So these are pigmented, so be careful with your application. But if we haven't met, my name is Courtney, and like I always say, I am an overblusher and an oversharer. So most times it is my fault and not the products why we have too much blush going on. So what do we think of this blush? It's a beautiful effect on the cheek. Really pretty. Now, do I love it as much as the new blushes that Tom Ford came out with? The architecture blushes? I don't know. It's a different look. I feel like these are easier to work with. Maybe I just have to practice working with this. But it's beautiful once it's applied correctly. And like I said, I am an overblusher, so it's probably my fault that it went on a little bit too dramatic. But what do we think? I think it's beautiful. Now, I feel like I need more bronzer. So let's fix that up. Just tie it all together. So now, let's move into the highlighter. Maybe we should wait for our eyes, but I think we need a highlighter. Look at her, isn't she stunning? Even if your initial is not T, you can appreciate the beauty that is the T in the Tom Ford highlighter. Should I consider changing my name so that my first name starts with a T, so I can just wear this as like a badge of honor? Let's swatch this first. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this one. The technical name of this is the Glow Highlighter in number 3, Portifino. Okay. So in continuing on our little Italian adventure here, this is Portifino. Look at that. Oh, so stunning. That is just a beautiful wet effect on the skin. So pretty. Mm. She's a star. Isn't this the most beautiful highlighter you ever saw? Not to be dramatic, but look at this. Mm. Okay, that's my favorite part of the collection. I don't have to try anything else. So beautiful. Weightless on the skin. It's absolutely stunning. Perfection. And walk around like this all day. So gorgeous. So if you're looking to look like a sun-kissed golden goddess, like I am always trying to look like, but I have not achieved yet, naturally or by products, this goes a long way in helping you get there, my friend. Okay. So I'm very glad that I got my makeup-loving hands on that highlighter in particular. But what do we think of the bronzer? What do we think of the blush? I think the blush has a beautiful effect on the cheek. Really pretty. So now before we put these beautiful eyeshadows on our Makeup Loving eyes collectively, I just want to take a little bit of finishing powder, kind of smooth out the edges here, kind of diffuse this blush a little bit. I don't know what's going on with my lighting today, but for some reason it's looking so much more dramatic on camera. I just want to take this and kind of diffuse that blush. I just don't know why it's looking so red. Okay, that's better. So now let us swatch these beautiful quads on our Makeup Loving hands. This first is Moonlight Dip. Now this is the wet dry formula. So if you apply water or setting spray to your brush, you will get a much more dramatic effect. I'm not going to do that right now just because I want to appreciate the palettes in their natural form. But if you wanted more drama, more flair, more Tom Fordness, if that's a word, you could definitely wet your brush and do that as well. Oh, look at that. It's like a comet or something coming at you, like bam, boop. That is gorgeous. Okay, so these are all shimmer shades. And this is gorgeous. Look at this right here. It's like the sun. It's like putting the sun on your face. Does it get more summer than that? I don't think so. And then I also picked up Peach Dawn number 41. Could not resist. Look at this. Look at her. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? Oh my gosh. Absolutely stunning. Let's swatch this on our Makeup Loving hands. These are all shimmer shades as well. We're going to be all shimmied up for the summer. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have any fun summer plans? I would love to know what you're up to. Look at that. I mean, even if your only plan is to go to the grocery store, look how elevated your look could be with this. Oof. This one's going to be fun to play with. Made the light brighter so you can see. What I love about this palette is it's so, not monochromatic, but it just makes so much sense. It's like all the colors you would see in a sunset. It's not like some random color coming out of nowhere, out of left field. It just goes together so beautifully. This palette, you have a little bit more of a contrast, but look at that shimmer effect. Oh, I am so excited. Your Makeup Loving girl right here is ready to party with Tom Ford. All right, so let's take these off so that we don't get said eyeshadow into my hair. So what I'm thinking is going to do 2 different looks with this one. Take this off my Makeup Loving face and then go into the peach palette and do one cohesive look so that we look somewhat put together by the end of the video. All right, so I'm going to try to do 2 different looks using this quad. Now I have primed my eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the shade Eden. So we're all primed and ready to go. Okay, so taking over for shadow number 3. And let's see. I'm going to apply the deeper shade right here. Just look how beautiful that is in your hand. Put it on the outer corner. Very pretty. This is going onto the eyelid so beautifully. It's not emphasizing any texture. So gorgeous. Okay, just bringing it up above the crease. Alrighty. Now I'm taking the same brush and just going on the other side. And I'm kind of combining these 2 shades right here. Just popping that on the inner corner. So I'm just showing you how you can do a very daytime to nighttime look. Depending on how much of each shade you put on. If you put more of this on the eye, it's going to be obviously a more daytime effect. But if you did like what I did and put more of the smoky eye effect, obviously it'd be more for nighttime. Or if you want to show up to the office with a smoky eye, I say why not? Now going into this gold shade right here, and we're still bringing that highlight. Even though we did use the highlight before, I want to put a little bit more here. That is stunning under the brow. It's like the sun is just hitting your face. That is gorgeous. I'm just going to take a little bit and just put it in the middle there, just to brighten that up. Going back in with the darker shade, just cleaning it up a little bit. So obviously I would put eyeliner on and mascara to complete this look, but since I am going to be taking this off and putting another look on, I'm not going to do that right now. But just imagine this with eyeliner. Let me say you took this darker shade, kind of mixed it with the lighter shade, and you just go under the eye. Try not to poke yourself in said eye with the brush, just like I did just now. Just complete the look. And what I love about this palette is that it's doing the work for me. I'm not having to do a lot of work. Okay. So this is look number 1. What do we think? I think this is the perfect daytime to nighttime look. Like I said, if you wanted to emphasize more of the smoky look, you could do that. Or if you wanted to bring this shimmer more into the eye and do less of a smoky effect, you could do that as well. So really pretty. And now on the other side, I want to take this gold shade and I want to see how it looks. It's not as a one and done, but with the finger. Look at that. Oh, it's like a sunset on your face. You really ask for anything more in life than that? So that is a simply gorgeous one and done shade for the summer. It's a little bold, but it just lays on the eye so beautifully. Okay, and now I'm going to take the deeper shade and put that into the outer corner. Just add a little dimension. In case that's a little bit too bold for you as a one and done. But that's the look in of itself. That's it. That's all you need. Okay, and I just popped a little bit extra that gold shade right here. I want to use that lighter shade under the brow bone for a little bit of a highlighter effect. I'm just taking this right here and just putting that under the brow bone. And that's a beautiful highlighter too. And then you could take the deepest shade to put a little eyeliner on. And I'm not doing the full effect because you're going to be taking this off in a second. Just add some dimension. That's pretty. What do we think? Let me get up close and personal so you can see a little bit closer. I think this is a beautiful palette, perfect to go from day to night. And while it is a summer palette, I feel like you could wear this all year round. The peachy one is probably definitely more of a summer palette, but this is like a beautiful universal, not a neutral palette, but a Tom Ford shimmery version of a neutral palette because you have these more neutral shades and then that pop of gold right there. Again, just imagine mascara and maybe a little bit of liner on the bottom here. Trying to not poke myself in the eye again. What do we think of Moonlight Dip? I think this is a beautiful palette. I think if you want something from this collection, like I said, that will take you from day to night, and that's more of a neutral leaning palette. Again, these are all shimmers, so it's not neutral, but it is definitely more of a neutral leaning palette in this line and something that you can use, like I said, I think all 4 seasons. This would be a beautiful palette for. So it is absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of Moonlight Dip? And I'm so excited to get into our Peach Dawn palette. I feel like I'm going to be a peach golden goddess by the end of this. Now, I could do 2 different looks with this. I could do 10 different looks, but I'm going to do one so that I look somewhat cohesive for the end of this video. Now, I have primed my eyelids again. I removed everything from before, and we are good to go. Okay, so let us start. Oh, how do you know which one to do first? They're all so pretty. Look at that. I don't want to disturb this beautiful T again. I'm considering changing my name so I could just have a T for my name so this could be representative of me. I guess it's a little dramatic, right? Although I do love Chanel a lot, so I probably shouldn't change my name yet. But maybe like a middle initial, or maybe if I find love one day, if he has a T for his last name or first name. But maybe I'll consider a name change in the future. We'll see. But again, I think I love Chanel too much to change it. I'm going to use this as my base shade, taking a reference number 1 brush. I don't know why I've been so drawn lately to peach shades and coral shades. I don't know what it is. It's not really been my color scheme before, but I feel like draw to it. I don't know why. Like even in the lip colors I've been buying lately, I'm leaning more towards those shades. That's pretty. Now, obviously, if I go in with my hand, my finger, I will get a more dense application. So that's this first shade all over the lid. And I'm going to take this red shade right here. I guess it's not red. It's more of like a corally shade. Corally, is that a word? I don't think so. Coral shade. And put that into the outer corner. Now I'm using a BK Beauty brush. This is the BK Beauty 203 brush. I have a feeling I want to go in with a rougher brush. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. Going in with a rougher Shoto brush. Yeah, that's the pickup I want. Oh, it's like a sunset. Oh, inner corner. Just bump it up a little bit. That is so pretty, so gorgeous. And they just layer together so beautifully. Love it. Okay. So now I'm going to take this shade right here. Now, obviously, when you're using these palettes, you don't have to use every color at once. I'm doing that because I want you to see how the colors interact. But just because you have 4 colors in a quad doesn't mean you always have to use them at all times. Just look at that sunset effect. It's like you took the sun and just placed it on my face and I'm just glowing like the sun. I'm so excited about this one. Okay. So now I'm going to make the other side match. I won't bore you with that, but I will be right back. Okay, so we've made that pretty even. Now I'm taking a Nicola Rose N22 brush. I'm going to go in the shade right here. I'm going to bring that along the bottom lash line. I love that. You guys know that I whisper whenever I really love a product. Now, because this is a lighter shadow, I am using a little bit of a thicker brush. I'm not being so precise just to give it that beautiful sun-kissed look. That's pretty. That's fun. I want to take this reddish shade and I want to kind of do a little bit of a eyeliner on top. Just to give it a little bit of definition. It's pretty. I just love this palette. I think it's such a unique color story. So fun. Spring for summer. Okay. So I'm going to give you a close-up look and then I'm going to apply mascara and a little bit of liquid liner off camera just so you can see the complete full glam Courtney Luxe look. But let's look up close together. So here is the eyeshadow palette. What do we think? I think it is so pretty. It's so unique. It's so fun for the spring and summer. The formula is perfection. I have to say, I do like it better than the Dior formula. It's just easier to apply. It's just easier to work with. It's less dusty, in my opinion, but I know a lot of people do love the Dior formula, but if I had to choose between this and the Dior formula, I would go with this. I think this is beautiful. All right, so let me go apply mascara and eyeliner off camera, and then we have one more product to get to. I'm very sad that we're getting to the end, but we do have to address these makeup-loving lips. We can't just leave with untouched lips, right? We have to make sure that they are given the TLC they deserve. So let me apply that stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, so what do we think? I think she is such a stunning palette. I love this for the summer. I'm so happy that I have this in my makeup loving hands. Look, it is a sunset on your face. Could it get more romantic, more special than that? I don't think so. It's just so pretty. And the formula is just excellent. I'm so happy that I have this for the summer. I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this. It's absolutely beautiful. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the look I created? What do you think of this palette and the Moon Dip palette? Which one is your favorite? I have to say this one to me is just a little bit more fun for the summer and the springtime. I guess it's just getting me thinking of warmer weather and things like that. But they're both beautiful. Moonlit Dip is more of a, not neutral palette, but more everyday palette to me. This palette, Peach Dawn, I keep saying it's a sunset, but I guess it's a dawn. But to me, it's more fun for the summer, but they're both beautiful. So I would say if you're looking for a more everyday palette, something that you can go very easily from day to night, dress up any look, go with Moonlight Dip. But if you're looking for something fun, something like a creamsicle, popsicle, or a sunset or a sunrise, whatever out of the two you want to call it, I would go with the Peach Dawn. Or you can get both because like I always say, why only have one when you can have two? So that's my little speech on the quads. I love them. They're beautiful. The formula is excellent. I can't wait to continue playing with these. Let's try on the lipstick. Now this is the Tinted Lip Glow in the shade Sunkissed. Here is the applicator. I'll swatch it for you. Ooh, so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this starts off as a gloss. Once it dries down, it's supposed to be a diffuse, transfer-resistant tint that leaves the lips looking instantly plumped, and it is infused with Tom Ford's iconic Coco de Mer Accord, and the formula evokes the endless summer world of Soleil. So, it comes in 10 shades, and this shade right here is described as a pink mauve. Now, I did sneak and try this on before filming because I had to. I'm a makeup lover. I can't help myself. That's how I justify having this channel and having all these beautiful things. because like I said, I'm doing a public service. I'm helping the greater good, greater humanity. That is my role here, and I take it very seriously. Apparently, I take it very seriously. Okay, I'm going to stop chatting. Let's try this, but I did try this to see how the formula feels, how it wore. I did have it on for about an hour, so it was very comfortable. I did leave a tint behind once the gloss faded. If I had to compare these to the new Gucci oil and water tints that recently came out, I would say those are a little bit of a thinner formula in my opinion, more of a gloss. This is just a beautiful glossy effect that almost looks more like a satin lipstick almost. The Gucci to me is more watery, more of a gloss, but I love both. I have to say I love the Gucci tints. I think I bought them in all the shades that were out when I was able to order it, but that's another issue. And I do want to pick up more during the Sephora sale. Again, another issue. We're not going to talk about that now. Let's try this. Don't get me wrong. This is a thin formula also. It's very comfortable on the lips. It just has a little bit more substance to it than I think the Gucci does. So pretty. Look at the beautiful finish it leaves on my makeup loving lips. I may have to pick up more shades in all honesty. That is flawless. Look at that. It's not drying. It's hydrating on the lips. Really easy to apply. I think I may like these slightly more than the Gucci, but I do really love the Gucci too. But they're very, very similar. This one feels like it has just a little bit more substance to it. It's a little bit thicker, so it looks a little bit more perfecting on the lips, but both are beautiful. But this is not a Gucci video. This is Tom Ford. We're here for the man with the tea. It's a great formula. These retail for $40. I think it's reasonably priced. I mean, the packaging is stunning. So if you wanted something from this collection that's not, the quad or the highlighter or the bronzer, this is a great value. I think the finish on the lips is absolutely stunning. So again, this is number 11, Sunkissed. Okay, and I'm wiping this off with a makeup wipe, and that is what is left behind. So it is a stain, which is a very good sign. Okay, so it's now time for me to give you my final thoughts on this Tom Ford Soleil 2026 summer collection. I think it is so pretty. I am in love with this collection. First of all, look at my lips. They are so juicy. They look great. And it leaves a tint. Look at that. This is after trying to remove this twice with the makeup wipe. This is what was left behind. I absolutely love the lip tints. I think they're beautiful. I think I'm going to have to get another shade or two. Look at that. My makeup loving lips look gorgeous. And through no effort of mine, it's Tom Ford's doing. So the rest of the collection is absolutely beautiful. Look at this eyeshadow. I think it's so special. It's so unique. It's so fun. The formula of these quads is just so exceptional. So easy to work with. Not powdery, not dry. Just a pleasure to work with. So much fun. I feel like this one is just inspiring my creativity. While the Moonlight dip is absolutely beautiful for day and night. I think it's something you could wear, like I said, all year round. It is so beautiful, so versatile. If I had to pick a favorite, I may go with the Peach Dawn one, just because it's just a little bit more unique, but they're both absolutely stunning. And like I always say, why only have one when you could have two? The bronzer is a beautiful formula. I love the way it applied. The only little tweak I would have is that the color was a little bit dark for me. It was a little bit too orange, but I made it work and I love the finished product. I think you just have to know how to work with that type of bronzer. My advice to you would be just use a fluffier brush, not something that is so tightly, condensedly packed. Something like this Patrick Ta brush that is just very fluffy and light and just move the product around really easily. Now, moving on to the blush, I think it is really special. It just gives that beautiful soft matte finish to the cheeks without emphasizing texture. Really love that. And I think one of the stars of the show is also the highlighter. I would recommend this highlighter 1000%. It is so pretty. It just gives that wet effect. It's just gorgeous the way it captures the light. I am so happy that I added this beautiful collection to my makeup loving life, my makeup loving bag. But let's be honest, my makeup collection is no longer contained in a bag or several bags. It is in several drawers, needing more drawers, because now that I'm here on YouTube, you can imagine how much my collection has grown. But that's another issue for another time. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What did you think of the looks we created together? What did you think of the individual products? Do you have any questions about my impressions of the formulas? Let me know in the comments down below. I love chatting with each and every one of you. You guys are the most supportive, wonderful, lovely community. I love what we're building here together. And I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, I would hope that you would consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell down below. We have this growing community of beauty lovers and friends. I do consider you guys my friends, and I would love for you to join and be part of the fun. I also love to keep you up to date with all the latest in makeup and beauty. We have so much coming up with the Sephora sale, summer releases, all that stuff. I would not want you to miss out on a single thing, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell below. Also, please follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of updates on there, on my stories and posts to let you know what's coming out, any types of sales, things like that. And I also post that kind of stuff on my YouTube community page. So please make sure that in addition to subscribing to me here on YouTube and having the notification bell turned on, please also follow me on Instagram so you can get those updates as well. Thank you again so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you decide to use my links to purchase any of these items, I greatly appreciate you. It goes a long way in helping support my channel at no additional cost to you. But I know it's an additional step. So if you do decide to buy any of these items or anything that I talk about on my channel using my links, I greatly appreciate you because it really helps me out in getting these reviews out to you guys. And I just thank you so much for the opportunity to do this. I would not be doing this here on YouTube if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So thank you so much for your time and your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.